¿Qué onda? And welcome back to the channel. It has been a long time since I've done a POV street photography video. I also apologize if the orientation's a little weird. I bought the magnetic swivel mount and I clipped it to my bag, and I guess I clipped it a little too low because it kept getting in the way with the camera. But it was also very crooked, so I had to crop in a lot on the video to kind of like correct it. So that's why it looks a little zoomed in the beginning. So I apologize for that. I'm going to get this whole setup dialed in because I kind of like the fact that I don't have to put on like a chesty mount or anything like that. So anyways, we're in Los Callejones in LA, which translates to the alleys. And there's a lot of cool shops there, restaurants. We're like on the border of like the fashion district and the flower district. And as we start going in more, it becomes the fashion district. That's where you find a lot of these callejones. And it was cool. I actually haven't been in this area since I was a kid. I used to go a lot with my mom and my dad, and just buying clothes and toys and all this stuff. So it was kind of cool to go back as an adult. And now that I have a camera, document everything. And today we're with the Leica Q2. Now, I know the Q3 just got announced, and 60 megapixels and like the phase detect autofocus, the tilty screen, HDMI support, which actually I kind of want to see somebody rig it out for video with the monitor. That'd be kind of funny and cool. But honestly, I mean, I'm going to wait till my friend gets his and I'll do like a comparison. I don't know if I'll do a side-by-side comparison video, but maybe I might. We'll see. But so far from what I've seen, aside from like the phase detect autofocus, and obviously that is also significantly improved the video autofocus, because the video autofocus on both the Q2 and my SL2S, it's good, but it could be better. Like I mainly use it for social media content. That's kind of like good enough. And I also have my Canon cameras that have dual pixel autofocus, so like if I need something better, I have access to it. But aside from like the tilt screen and like the autofocus and the higher resolution, like I kind of don't really see a point to upgrade from the Q2. I'm personally happy with the 42 megapixels, and honestly, I mainly use this as a stills camera. Very, very rarely do I shoot video with it unless it's for like a social media thing. If I just if I just need to do it, but again, it's just one of those things where like I'm not really I don't see a need for it. And again, I also have an SL2S, so it's like I have two Leicas. I am very lucky to even say that. I know a lot of people can't even say that they have one. And, I had a really good year last year, so, it put me in a position where I could make such a purchase. And by all means, I'm not here to say like, oh yeah, you have to buy a Leica because it changes your life. Like, honestly, buy whatever camera makes you happy. For me, I decided to move on to Leica from Fuji because the Q2 is full frame. I prefer to shoot full frame. I know there's a huge argument between full frame and crop sensor, but that's beside the point. And I sold my X100V because the prices for that camera have just been going up. I think they're starting to balance out now finally, but like I got close to 2,000 for that X100, with a couple accessories. So it's like, yeah, I think I'm going to, dump the money on the Leica. But overall, I love the Q2. Battery life is great. It could be better. Again, the 47 megapixels is awesome. I like having the flexibility to be able to crop either in camera or in post and still retain a lot of resolution. And fun fact, I just started playing around with Lightroom's newest update that has the photo enhance feature, where it uses like AI to like up the resolution of the photo. And for something like the Q2, where you're meant to crop a lot of the images because, again, you only have a 28 millimeter lens, having double the resolution to play with and then crop in and still have a lot of detail, I think that's pretty cool. I also saw some stuff new with Photoshop where you could use AI to add things like sunglasses or like a person into a shot if you need like a subject. It's getting ridiculous with AI. AI is going to be scary, because of all the science fiction stuff that we've seen, like with Terminator and all that. But like I also see it as like, oh, maybe it's going to have some cool tools that we could utilize as photographers, as content creators. So I'm kind of curious to see where things are going to go. But yeah, it's still mind blowing that, like, we're already here with AI, and like maybe 10 years ago it was like science fiction or even longer than that, but now we're here. So, but yeah, today I was supposed to meet up with Neto as well. Manny joined us, but Neto had some other stuff come up, so it was just me and Manny. And again, I apologize for the close-ups of the back screen of the Leica and my chin, because again, like I said, I was getting the orientation stuff dialed in, and I got better towards the end of the video. But as you can see here, we are in Los Callejones, and like, I mean, it's cool to see this kind of stuff. And I'm happy Manny convinced me to bring the Q2, because I was gonna bring the SL2S because I have a 50mm for it, and he's like, nah, you're gonna want to shoot wider. And I was like, all right. And yeah, he was right. I wanted to shoot wide. Like, I really didn't know what to photograph. Like, I had to, like, quickly make a snapshot decision. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shoot this person, or like, I'm gonna photograph this person, just because there's so many people in this area. And like, it was cool to see, because it's like, I've always wanted to experience something like this, where there was a lot of like people. It was very dense and crowded, and like, I could get some cool shots like these. And having such a small camera like the Q2, it's also really cool, because people just tend to not really care if they see you take a picture of them, because it's such a small setup. Whereas if I brought, like, say, my SL2S with the 50mm f2, the smaller version, not the Oppo, but the small one, that thing is still pretty massive. And it is what it is. But Manny's always getting in my way, as always. I was doing that too, but I was being more mindful, because he brought his film camera and he shot a whole roll going into here. I believe he was using the Besa R2. It's a Voigtlander camera, a rangefinder. It's a really cool camera. I also brought my film point and shoot. It's a Canon Sure Shot Supreme. It's a 38mm f2.8 point and shoot. And I took a couple film shots after we left this area, just because we went to the was it Morrison Hotel, and this is where they shot The Doors, the band The Doors, not an actual door, and for one of the album covers. And so I think I got it on camera. I don't remember. Also, I'm probably gonna split this video into two parts, because I have a lot of photos that I took today. And I also have a lot of video footage before my GoPro died, because I was smart and I didn't charge the battery, but I still got, I think, close to like an hour or so of footage. So I think I'm going to just split everything. But yeah, it just feels good to be back doing street photography. I just been so busy. The last, my last video I think was posted 7 months ago, 8 months ago, my full on like POV street photography video. And yeah, I mean, I've just been extremely busy. I'm grateful that my business has been thriving and everything. And again, like, I'm in a good position now, where I'm probably gonna start doing more YouTube content, asterisk, hopefully, just because I'm gonna try to make more time for it, because I feel like I've really like neglected my channel the last like 7 months. And yeah, I've been posting shorts, and that's actually helped. But everyone still wants to watch the traditional like POV street photography video, because it's fun. I get to talk to you guys. I get to ramble about whatever, like the Q3, and it's just it's cool. And I also started shooting film a little bit because of that point and shoot. So that point and shoot belonged to my mom, that my dad bought her. And unfortunately, I never had any of my dad's cameras available, because most of them got stolen when I was a little kid. So when she gave me that camera, and I just swapped the battery, and thankfully it was working, because there was an old battery in there, but there was no corrosion. Everything's like mint condition. And, it's like something I feel closer to my dad, because since he's no longer with us, like, I didn't really appreciate the fact that he was a photographer when I was little. And now that I'm older, and obviously he's not here anymore, like, I feel this is the best way for me to kind of like connect with him in that aspect. But yeah, I've been really enjoying film. Like, it's nice not having to worry about specs, and like if you got the shot, like you just have to really just rely on your wits and the exposure triangle and hope for the best. My first roll on the AE1 actually came back blank because I think I didn't roll it into the camera correctly. So the whole time I thought I was getting some really good shots, and turns out it was blank. So that was a waste of $13, but whatever. You know, it is what it is. It's a learning experience. That's, I think, part of the fun of film is like you don't know what you're gonna get, and you don't have backups or anything. You just kind of go in and shoot, and you know, hope that like the money you're spending on development and the film isn't gonna go to waste, because it gets really expensive really quickly. So. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It feels good to be back. Again, I'm going to make a second part to this because I have a lot more photos, so stay tuned for that. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, double tap the dislike button twice. Trust me, it works. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And I don't remember how I used to end my videos. I think I said hasta luego. So I'm going to say hasta luego. So, bye.